It still baffles me at this time in the game. This feature's still not looked at. I've been covering it recently, we're going to cover it again. And I made 100,000 credits in-game in just 3 minutes. I hope you're not sick of Audi TTRS content, because we're back in the Audi TTRS once again. Welcome all to the channel. Before we get into it, as always guys, please do smash the like button, subscribe and tap on the bell. Help me grow this channel. Now, we've obviously done a couple of races recently in the Audi TTRS. We've played about with that tune. And we've got another race coming up right here, but this race itself may be over 100,000 credits in just 3 minutes. Of course, talking about the high stakes. This episode, we're going to talk about the Ferries and Wheel race. 1.4 mile time attack, foggy dusk, 100% asphalt in the daily driver category with a max RP of 750. Of course, we're going to use Audi TTRS. But with it being foggy and dusk, I expect us to have a very wet race. Now, you guys have been asking for it. We're going to talk about the parts fitted to the car coming into this. When we come down to the engine components, it is a full suite of race components fitted all across the board until we get to the turbo, where of course we have got the anti-lag fitted, race spec brakes, super sport suspension. The RP gain on the track suspension was just too great for me. Felt like we could compensate just a little bit there. Short gearbox with a race transmission. Feel for me, that's the best one. It's a short track. Race chassis, race aero, standard tyres. Now again, the RP increase here I felt was too high, having semi-slick or slick tyres. I expect it to be a wet race that we're going to come into. Yeah, you can see you do gain a little bit of acceleration in top speed, not to 37, not to 62, sorry, with the slicks or the semi-slicks, but I feel that we're going to have a wet race. I feel like that's the best tune possible. Now the times on the leaderboard, this surprises me so much. There's only 3 times set on this high stakes. Deddy, Veganosaurus and Flaw with a 1 minute 3.6, 1 minute 3.83 and a 1 minute 5.05. They're quite close to the actual time required for the race. So yeah, I think we stand in a good chance here. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump into our fabulously liveried Audi TTRS. 1 minute 3.6 is the time to beat. What kind of time can we set? As we know, we're going to launch this thing off the line fantastically well, using the grip tune for this one. I've shared that before. We smoked our previous time, but into turn 1, we make a mess of it. We're not even going to consider that as a lap. I did finish it off. We're going to come straight back over to lap number 2. Again, we're going to smoke our previous time off the line, but more crucially into turn 1, we're just going to hold back a little bit. We still make a bit of a mess of it, but we come around a hell of a lot cleaner. Into turn 2, a little bit of handbrake, a little bit of a corner cut just here, and round turn 3 just here, we're going to feather that throttle and get ready for the big straight that we have got here on the very slippery cobblestones that we have got. A little chicane right here, nice and close to that inside wall. I don't mind even tapping that one, but we're nice and close. We came around that very cleanly. Into our next chicane. I feel like you can cut that over the hedges. I've never done it. Maybe I have to have a go at that one. Next chicane coming up here again. I think there's a chance to cut that one. There's plenty of times to cut a track, but the time we're going to set is going to be a true and valid time. Nice tricky section here, downhill into a left-hander, coming to that too hot. We'll smash into the building at the end of the road. Then we already are on the back straight, pushing forward to the start-finish line. The overall time to beat was 1 minute 7, but our target is a 1 minute 3.6. That felt like a very fast time there in Audi TTRS. What kind of time can we achieve? Like we mentioned, the 1 minute 3.6 set from Deddy 94 was the time to beat. 1 minute 1.16. Yes, we have indeed improved, and we are sitting top of the leaderboard. It doesn't show it for some reason on the high stakes race, but we are indeed sitting top of the leaderboard with a 1 minute 1.16. Now of course it's high stakes, you do get 3 attempts. We're going to go and finish off those 3 attempts right here. Once again launching the TTRS off the line. We know what we have to do for this turn 1. Coming a little bit wider this time out, opens up that corner a bit more. We can see we are faster than the previous time that we did just set. We know we're going to be cutting this corner again. I don't think I did the best effort that time, but overall we do feel a little bit faster. We are faster indeed. We are faster than the car, the shadow, the ghost on the minimap just behind us. Back in through these chicanes, we know we're slippy, we want to be nice and tight to that inside wall. We were once again, and we will get the power down here. The TTRS handling the course fantastically well, tapping that inside wall, causing me to cut that corner, and we can see just cutting the corner across the hedges, we didn't actually lose any time. So should we come back to this race at any point, we know that cutting over the grass, the hedges there, is the quickest way for it. Much quicker through that chicane. We do push wide and we do just miss that outside wall. And once again, the power is back down. We can see just how wet this circuit truly is. All of the spray coming off the back of the Audi just there. But as we push forward to the start-finish line, can we beat our previous time of 1 minute 1.17? What kind of time can we set? 1 minute 3.6 is of course the top time on the leaderboard. We already know that we've topped out that leaderboard with a 101.17 and we beat it by 700th of a second. So we do indeed improve. That's actually a very close time overall. I didn't think our times were just going to be that close. 1 minute 1.1. Fantastic to top at that leaderboard. As we can see, the pot right now is 160,000 credits. We're top of the pot, splitting that one down. We're walking away with about 100,000 credits there from such an easy race. Still got 21 minutes on this race. But the lack of people that are doing these high stakes races absolutely perplexes me. Now, of course, you guys can come over and check out when the high stake races happen by going over to the calendar tab. You can see at this point, they are valid between the 19th and the 20th of February. So we will see, you know, a good rotation of high stakes races, easy opportunity to make very easy money in game. I'm starting to do these more and more now, especially with the lack of people doing them. It's free money in my pocket, and that's exactly what I want in game. Previously, of course, I covered off how to make easy money in this game, whether it's doing the tunnel runs, whether it's doing, you know, the Frim, or whether it's going over to do the highway to heaven. This here is another additional factor in game. A very simple, easy, quick method of making very easy money. Now, of course, it does come with a caveat. You do have to be relatively quick. You do have to top out the leaderboard. But you're playing a goddamn car game, you're racing, you want to be quick. For me, it's easy money, especially at this point in the game, and it seems like very, very few people are in fact doing the high stakes races. I'm back every single week, topping out those boards and getting that money. Guys, hope you've enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned for more updates on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown.